the classes so much, can't believe it's ending, and now you're experiencing some grief and you might not know what that is. So luckily we will discuss it a little bit today. For the majority of you, I think you might be relieved. I'm guessing you're just in denial at this stage. So we'll help you on the right path again. All right, colleagues, I don't think we need to introduce ourselves again. We did introduce ourselves in orientation and study unit 5. So hopefully everybody does know who each of us are and where we are. But then as long as, we could just take it from there. So today we're basically going to go through the activity that's on Ifundi and see if you guys are going to have another opportunity to answer it now. What's important is we uploaded it onto Ifundi for you to be able to do beforehand. And then we can review those answers. So this, for students that don't know, we the lecturers can see your answers and we can see who's actually been using the textbook and who's been using AI to answer these things. And luckily you can't change your answers, so it's stuck. So we have those that have been using it. The rest of you that have been using the textbook, thank you very much. It's very helpful. We can see where your understanding is and where you guys are struggling. All right. We will refer to the slides here and there, or the content where needed. So if you guys are, for example, struggling with specific content, or if you have questions, you're welcome to ask. Just raise your hand, or you can put it in the Q&A. It should be open, but it's easiest if you just raise your hand and just unmute yourself quickly, and then we can all discuss and hear what your question is, and then we'll take it from there. All right. So you guys remember, the more you engage, the more we engage, the more tips you give us. If you are quiet, we are quiet, and then you don't get anything. All right, so it's in your own best interest to engage and talk with us. It's going to help everybody the most. All right.
Colleague, I can see there are 213 people that are attending now. So guys, please don't forget to maybe, more especially class reps, to remind your people on your WhatsApp group about the class. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's very important to always attend these as well. I know it's not within a designated class time, so it might be one of the reasons there's not as many attending. But it's still, it's quite an important thing to attend. You get more tips in real time. All right, I just want to see quickly. I'm just setting up the groups. Okay, colleagues, is there anything from your side before we start?
Nothing from my end, colleague.
Nothing from my side.
Nothing from my end either.
All right. Okay, we're about 220. So if I make 10 groups, that should be about 22 people in a group. And then, we can split it in the sense of, I can take maybe group 1 to 3. Lebogang, if you'll take 4 to 6. Mulalo, if you can take 7 till 9. And then Kia, if you can take, I'm trying to think those that don't get split into rooms that are maybe left behind. And then we just have group 10. I'll go to group 10 as well.
Okay, I'll definitely stay behind.
All right. And then, we'll just jump around the rooms and see what everybody's answers are. Let me just quickly get the question up for everybody. Here we go. Okay. All right. So this is on Ifundi as well. But the case study, I'm just going to read it to you quickly. Marlene, a 45-year-old female, is currently receiving palliative care following a diagnosis of end-stage lung disease attributed to long-term electronic cigarettes or vape usage. So despite the perceived safety of vaping compared to traditional smoking, Marlene developed severe respiratory complications over the years, ultimately resulting in terminal lung failure. She is widowed and sole caregiver to her 3 children. They are 11, 13, and 15 years old. And they are all currently being supported by their grandparents as they prepare for the loss of their remaining parent or their mother. In her final days, Marlene expressed significant emotional distress and regret regarding her health choices, and she also blamed her parents for smoking. So she said it's her parents' fault that she's smoking, and she also experiences this stress regarding the anticipated impact of her death on her children's well-being. All right, so you can see there's a lot happening with Marlene at this stage. If we go over and we look at the very first question, so using the information from your textbook, briefly discuss at least 3 different factors that could have contributed to Marlene's parents, the grandparents now, successful aging, and then use the case study to identify 2 factors that may hinder their successful aging and explain. All right, so you need to find, or you need to discuss 3 possible things that could have contributed to them aging successfully, and then you need to find at least 2 things in the case study that hindered it. All right, meaning that stopped them from successfully aging. All right, so that's the question. I will put this in the comments as well. It just makes it a bit easier for everybody to read. Okay, there's the first one. Yeah, and it's for 10 marks. Okay, so I'm going to split us into the rooms now, and then we can jump around between them. Okay, just checking all the rooms have been created. I'm just going to... All right, I'm going to open the rooms now, and then we will go into the... Yeah, we as the lecturers will jump around and see your discussion. So remember, what's important is someone needs to take the lead, and then somebody else needs to write down what your answers are. All right, so it's very important. So please have your textbook with you, so you can refer to the textbook to see what the successful aging areas are, and then you can use that to answer your questions. All right. If your room is very quiet or if nobody's engaging, we're going to ask you, your room specifically, to give feedback. All right, so please do engage. Okay, let's go. All right, colleagues, we can jump to our rooms.
All right.
Okay, those who are left behind, feel free to write your answer on the chat. Remember, it's always important to underline in order for you to understand the question. Okay. Feel free to write your answer on the chat. Let me give you a little bit of a time. Time is it? Okay. It's important for you to underline, for you to understand the question. And feel free if you want to answer. And remember, this is our last study unit. You can also write your answer on the chat. Okay, I can see is it Umpimeti Mutaung saying Marlene is experiencing severe physical and emotional suffering, palliative care due to end-stage lung disease caused by long-term vaping. She feels regret, guilt, and fear about leaving her three children without parents. Her children are also emotionally vulnerable as they supportive role during this difficult time. This case highlights the serious health risk associated with electronic cigarette use and the importance of emotional, psychological, and family support in palliative care. Thank you so much, Umpineti, for your answer. Interesting. Okay, and then I can see another one from Iso Nell saying number one, absence of um, disease and disease-related disability. Number two, maintaining high cognitive and physical functioning. Number three, active participation in social productive activities. And then factors that could have contributed to Marlene's parents' successful aging are, according to him or her, it's absence of disease and disease-related disability. Number two, maintaining high cognitive and physical functioning. Number three, active participation in social productive activities. And then factors that may hinder their successful aging according to him or her. They say Marlene's three children are being supported and taken care of by their grandparents, and this may hinder their grandparents' successful aging since caring for three children can be emotionally and physically demanding, which can lead to chronic stress and causing diseases. Interesting. Um, the other one is that the grandparents are preparing for the imminent loss of their daughter, Marlene. Loss of a loved one can cause grief, which may lead to the grandparents' social withdrawal, which means they won't have an active participation in social productive activities. Nice one. Thank you so much, Nell. Other ones, what do you think? Thank you so much, Nell and Opimiti. Remember, this is our last class, so guys, make sure that you participate. Another one. Okay, let me give you time to think. It's sometimes important, to be granted time to think. So I'm giving you a little bit of a time to think, okay? And A, Shongwe, did you want to say something? Or I can see Kayla saying, do we have to answer on the chat if we already answered the questions on Ifundi? No, my darling, it's okay. If you answered on Ifundi, it's okay. Other people, what do you think? I'm giving you a little bit of time to think. Oh, thank you, Siyanga Sontundu. Um, They say factors that may hinder the successful aging as chronic illness or functional decline explain how it limits independence and increases burden. And then number two is lower social support or isolation. And then it explains how lack of contact increases risk of depression. Okay, interesting. And number three is financial strain, whereby poor living conditions or caregiver stress linked to stress and reduces the quality of life. Okay, thank you very much, Yanga. Thank you. Another one. Anyone? Are you still thinking? Okay, let me give you time, to think. And thank you so much, guys, for your participation. Anyone? Okay, let me give you time to think. Ne? I know that soon you'll give me answers. Oh, okay. Here's another answer from Otamaha. The two factors that hinder their successful aging are emotional distress and bereavement. The death of a child is one of the major psychological stresses in the late adulthood, as identified in the textbook. Okay. The loss of their daughter, Marilyn, and imminent death is a situation that puts them at risk of pathological grief, depression. Okay, and then such emotional distress can negatively affect their mental health and quality of life. So, and then the second one is financial and physical strain. Um, they may be a huge financial and physical burden due to the responsibility of taking care of three children and incorporating palliative care burden is created due to collective care and also the sudden responsibility of 3 children. So financial security is one of the 9 aspects of successful aging when they are limited. Sorry about that. Ooh. This thing, I don't know what's going on with my chat. But thank you so much, guys, for okay, as she was saying, financial security is one of the 9 aspects, okay, of successful aging when they are living on a tight budget to support the well-being of their children. Their well-being and access to healthcare may suffer. Additionally, caring for an older child comes with its own set of physical challenges that can result in caregiver burnout, which can impact the physical health factor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your answer. Otamaka. And then we also have an answer from Kayla saying dependency, personality traits, major life events, and daily hassles. Number 2 is factors that will hinder their aging as socioeconomic conditions. I can see a lot of you guys have been mentioning this one. The grandparents may be affected by socioeconomic conditions such as poverty and what? And education, because they now have to care for 3 teenagers and they have to ensure that these kids get education dependency. If they get older and more fragile, they will not be able to look after the kids anymore. They will then be dependent on the kids and not the other way around. Okay, interesting. Thank you so much for your answer. And then we also have an answer from Katleho Lamini saying that major life events and daily hassles. So older elders rather do not usually find themselves in daily hassles as there is less potential for such hassles to occur. Therefore, this major life event for Marlene's parents could help them ease the situation by taking care of the kids and helping Marlene out effectively in her final days. And then number 2, active lifestyle. Marlene's parents probably engage in the continuity theory of maintaining the same activities, behavior, and normalize, which will be good for the children. And number 3, religion and spirituality. Marlene's parents probably pray to God and read the Bible every day for strength, resilience, and also guidance. Thank you so much for your answer. Ooh. Thank you so much for your answer. Oh, Gift, do you want to say something? I can see your mic is unmuted. Okay. Kamogelo Dlamini is saying again, those are for the 3 factors to successful aging. Yes, we've noticed that. Thank you so much, Kamogelo. And then Kelebogile saying attitudes towards aging. If the grandparents hold a positive aging and see themselves as capable of adapting, it protects their well-being. By stepping into care for Marlene's children, they are showing their view later life as a stage where they can still be active and responsible, not passive or limited. A positive attitude is linked to better physical health, lower depression, and greater longevity. And then number 2, they say active lifestyle, caring for 11, 13, and a 15-year-old requires daily activity, problem solving, and also routine. So managing meals, schools, house and household tasks keep them physically and mentally engaged. Staying active helps maintain cognitive function and a sense of purpose, which
Okay. All right. Well,
they say personalities. Oh, you back, colleagues. Thank you so much.
yes. Yeah, we're back. Thank you. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for engaging on the chat. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everybody. Lebogang, Kia, Mulalo, how was the discussions in your groups?
Yeah, maybe let me give feedback. Some students participated, some did not. I've taken note of their student numbers, and we'll just take it that when we take class attendance that they were not here.
Yeah. All right. I also had the same in my groups. I think I only had 2 students that engaged. So those 2 students that were with me, I told the one student, I forgot to tell the other student that if they have any questions, they can stay behind, and then we'll give them some tips, but not the rest of them.
And
Yeah.
then from
But I
my
think,
group, oh,
yeah.
sorry,
No, sorry, carry on.
Oh, I was saying from my group, honestly, they've been participating on the chat, and some have been writing on Ifundi. So honestly, they have been participating.
All right.
Yes.
We'll see. Yeah.
And
I think
yeah.
Yes, sorry, Mulalo.
Sorry. Group 9 did very well. They were participating and engaging, but the other 2 groups you had to force it out of them. But I will indeed write down the student numbers of the students who have been participating, and it will count for their class participation. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with the other questions.
All right. Okay. I think then for the first question, I'm not going to give a memo now because it seems the majority of the students weren't interested. I think those students that did engage, they can, if they reach out, we will give them the answers with a memo. I know in the 2 groups or the 2 people that did discuss it, they, got quite a few good points or good areas. And I did help them identify 1 or 2 areas that they can improve on. Yeah, I think for now we can do it like that. And then if at the end, if the students have questions or they want to re-engage with question 1, we can go back to the memo or discuss what's important there. But yeah, for now, only those that did engage, I think we can share it with them. All right. Okay. Shall we move over to the second question and then yeah, move over to the second question. So question number 2, I'm just going to put that in the comments again, and we can just all read it there. Okay, and let me just share the case study as well. I see there's a lot of other comments in between. Okay, there's the case study. Question 2 for 10 marks again. Okay, so using the information from your textbook, elaborate on what kinds of death anxieties each of the family members may experience in the case study. All right, so you'll see the textbook speaks about very specific death anxieties. You need to know those ones only, the ones that are in the textbook and what they mean and what they look like. All right, so we're going to go over into the rooms again. Remember, students, please engage, discuss, and share. It's for your own benefit. If there's only 1 or 2 students that discuss and engage, then we will only help those 1 or 2. I just want to see, Mtembo, you have a raised hand. Mtembo, I'm not sure if you want to speak or not. Your hand is raised. Okay, the hand went down. All right. I've assigned all the people to groups that did join a little bit late, so you should all be in a group at the moment. If you're not, don't worry. If you're staying in the main room, that's your group, and then Dr. Clow will assist you in the main group. So don't worry if you aren't in one. Then you become group 11.
Yes,
Okay, I'm going to open the...
I'm also taking their names, the people that I am answered, but I can see, I think Mtembu also wrote on the chat saying they can't answer because they are currently attending a class as well.
All right, okay. Then at least just try and in the chat where possible. All right. Okay, so we're going to open the rooms now. There's a time limit. Sorry, I didn't set the time limit for the previous one, but we've got a time limit for 10 minutes on this one, and then we're going to come back. All right, let's go.
Okay, group 11, please don't feel free to write your answer on the chat. And remember, I'm also writing your names down in terms of participation. So I'm just going to give you a few minutes to think about it and then also answer on the chat. Okay, before I read Sabu. Oh, okay. I can see Sabu Kamele saying, good morning, the group's change keeps kicking me out and it takes long to rejoin because there's no electricity and my data is pretty slow because of that. Can I stay here? Yes, you can stay here. This is also a group, Sabu. It's okay. So before I read out your answers, For question 1, the people that answered, there was Umpimetse Motaung, Isabel Nell, Kayla Keating, Sianga Sontundu, Outamaga, Kakamogelo Dlamini, ke lebogile Katlegong, Kamogelo Molepo. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Okay, I can see for question 2, answers for question 2. Kayla saying, fear of non-being, fear of the effect of death on those who outlive you. Thank you so much, Kayla, for your response. Kayla Keating. Okay, and then Kamogelo Dlamini. They say that Marlene, she might experience the fear of physical suffering. Her lung disease might cause a lot of pain and bodily deterioration. Therefore, the fear of the prominent and terminal disease might make her extremely anxious. She might also experience the fear of non-being, as she wouldn't exist anymore. She might also experience the fear of not achieving important goals because before she dies, because she is young at the end of the day, 45 years old, okay? And she still has a lot to do and live for. Okay, thank you so much, Kamogelo Dlamini, for your answer. Ooh, what's going on with my chat? Kamogelo Dlamini. Dlamini. Okay. And then she continues to say, grandparents, they might experience the fear of death of others. Losing a loved one is truly difficult, and this can cause serious anxiety for your loved ones. And then for children, the children might experience the fear of death of others too, as they will be losing their mom and she won't be there to see them. Thank you so much, Kamogelo. And then Isel Mel. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Let me quickly. Yes, Marlene may experience she has severe respiratory complications and may result in terminal lung failure, since the pain associated with the disease are overwhelming. Fear of failing to achieve important goals, since she won't be able to. Since she won't be able to see her children grow up. Fear of the effect of death on those who outlive you, since Marlene is distressed about the impact her death will have on the children's well-being. The children and grandparents may experience fear of death of others, since they have to prepare for the imminent loss of Marlene. Sorry about this. Hey, because I don't know what's going on with the chat. But guys, don't worry. Even if I don't read your answer, just know that I'll be taking your name down. And so the children and grandparents may experience the fear of death of others, since they have to prepare for the imminent loss of Marlene's children's mother and their grandparents' daughter. Thank you so much. And then Jani. Johnny, the brain says Marilyn may experience fear of her own death. Ooh. I don't know what's going on with the chat. Okay, Marilyn may experience fear of her own death and fear of the dying process. She may feel pain, breathing difficulties, loss of independence, and leaving her children behind. Her regret about vaping also shows emotional distress about dying. Her children are likely to experience fear of the death of others, especially losing their mother and being left without parents. They may also fear watching her suffer during the dying process. The grandparents may experience fear of death of others because they are preparing for the loss of their daughter. They may also fear their own death, worrying about whether they will live long enough to take care of their children. Each family member experiences death anxiety differently based on their role, emotional attachment, and also concerns about the future. Thank you so much, Jenny, the brain, for your answer. Okay, we also have Katie, Olivia, okay, Katie, Olivia, okay, saying that Marlene is experiencing the fear of physical suffering because she has lung disease. The grandparents are experiencing the fear of outliving their daughter, and the children are experiencing the fear of the unknown. Thank you so much. Interesting. Thank you, Katie. And then we also have.
Yeah, we are back.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Right. Thank you. All right. Welcome back, colleagues. I had a change of pace. I was in room 1 and we had such fruitful discussions that I didn't get to room 2, 3, or 10 at this stage. But yeah, it went much better on our side. How did it go with the rest of you?
Yeah, I also had some good discussions with group 4 and 5 that I didn't make it to group 6. So it went much better this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went really well. Group 7, 8, when I got to group 9, they were proud of themselves and were like, we really did get a good answer, but I could not hear their responses. But thank you very much for participation to all the students.
And also on my side, the participation went very well, better than question 1. So a lot of people were engaging. Thank you.
All right. I'm glad. Yeah. Should I quickly? I can discuss some of the tips and that I gave in room 1, or some of the things. If then the rest of you can follow up or follow in where needed. But yeah, basically, one of the students, they gave a lot of different death anxieties, and then copied specific sections from the case study over to motivate that. It was all correct, but then I told them, if they do it that way, they might, even though they got everything correct, they might only get 50% of the answers or 50% of the marks in a way. And then I explained to them, just saying the theory and then copying and pasting from the textbook is pretty much a form of plagiarism. So we can't mark that. We want you to make it your own words. All right. So that's quite important, where you use the information that's in the case study just to make it a bit more of your own words. So for example, if we look at the case study and we just look at the last sentence, she's also experiencing distress regarding the anticipated impact of the death, of her death on her children's well-being. You can link this to, fear of impact on loved ones. All right, so that's one of the death anxieties. But please don't just quote that sentence then from the case study. You can say, we can clearly see she's experiencing distress or fear or emotional turmoil because she's not sure who's going to look after her children or how, what's going to happen to their well-being after she has passed away. If I read that, I'm like, oh, beautiful, you understand it. I'm giving you full marks for that part of the answer. All right, so please, when you are answering the questions, don't copy and paste from the case study. Please make it your own words. That way we know you understand it. As soon as you do that and I start reading and I see everything is your own words and it makes sense, it's much easier to give you full marks then. Colleagues, I don't know if there's anything else from your sides.
Nothing from my side, colleague. The student, that is a good point. The students in the two groups that I attended did make it their own words, use their own words. So that was also quite good that they were doing that. Yeah.
I think one thing that I had to highlight was that students needed to indicate that, okay, now they are speaking about the grandparents, now they're speaking about the children, because if that is not clearly indicated, students will lose marks because the marker then has to figure out who exactly are you talking about.
Yes.
I think that's an important thing. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, that is important. Thank you. I think in our group as well, the one student that answered everything, they did very well. They said in Marlene's case, the following. In the children's case, the following. In the grandparents' case, the following. So they put it up there nicely. Then it's also nice and easy to follow.
Yes, colleagues. Also on my side, honestly, the students made it clear for me to understand which person are they talking about. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'll quickly give some of the answers that I'm just going to give the theory and students can just go and apply it. Let's quickly see, Nelly, yes, your hand is up. You can
Good morning,
unmute.
sir. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who's experiencing this, but every time when we have to answer questions and we are separated to groups, it kicks me out. And it sent me to room 10 this time around. And then I answered, and then I kept seeing other students and their answers through, but I couldn't hear when the discussions was being made because I was out again. And then when I rejoined, I was at Miss Keato's room, and then I answered again, and I hear the discussion, and then I got kicked out again. And when I joined, you were speaking about other rooms. Basically, the time for us to answer was already up. I'm not sure if I'm the only one experiencing the same problem.
It could just be a connection problem, maybe that's kicking you out the whole time. Especially if you were in one of the groups, then it might have just kicked you out with a connection, and then when you rejoined it, it doesn't automatically put you back in the room sometimes. So it could have just been that happened. Yeah, but if you are in with Dr. Kia, then that's also fine because she also facilitates those that get kicked out of the room. So you can just carry on with the discussion there. Okay, Mpo, your hand is up. So Mpo, you are very, very soft. We can't hear what you're saying. I'm not sure if you've got a microphone or something in. Earphones, maybe.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Very softly, but I can, yes.
It says that I cannot answer in the chat box because chat is only available during the meeting. That's what it says. I cannot answer at all.
All right, but otherwise you can just unmute yourself as well. We don't have to put it in the chat box. We prefer having the discussion. I understand some students can't unmute now, but yeah, otherwise just unmute and then you can discuss with. All right, we're not here to judge your answers. I can promise you that. We're really here just to help find, where you misunderstanding and how can you improve.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, okay, just to quickly give some of the theory that's correct that you can just go and use and read up on with the case study and see how you can apply it. So fear of suffering is one of them. You can go and think, who can this apply to? Technically, almost all of these can apply to Marlene, if I can put it like that. It just depends on how you motivate it. Fear of isolation and loneliness can also be there. Fear of non-being can be there. Fear of failing goals also. Fear of humiliation. I suppose it depends on how you motivate it. Fear of impact on loved ones. This is definitely there. Fear of punishment or the unknown can also be there. And fear of death of others. So this is more specifically not necessarily on Marlene, but somebody else within the family members. All right, so you can technically use all of them. It just depends on how you motivate it, as long as you motivate it correctly. All right, should I elaborate more, colleagues, or should we just let the students figure it out from there as well?
I think they can figure it out, colleague.
Yeah. Okay. We can then, go over to our last question for the day, and then we'll discuss some admin things afterwards. Okay. Let me just quickly copy and paste it into the chat again. See. Okay, question 3. Okay, using the textbook again, to support your answers, provide an explanation of how each of the stages of dying might present in Marlene. All right, so you need to use the information in the textbook, but how would each one of these stages of dying present in Marlene? In with other words, how would they look? How would she display each of these stages? All right, I'm going to move over into the rooms again. I just want to reassign everybody that hadn't been assigned yet. Okay. Okay, let's quickly open our rooms.
Yeah. Okay, guys, please write your answers on the chat. And guys, if I didn't read out your answer, don't give me. I already took your name, so don't worry about that. Thank you so much for your participation. I really, really appreciate it. I can see on the second question, we had 33 people who answered. So thank you so much. I'm going to give you a little bit of a time to think about it and then answer on the chat. Thank you so much. Okay, I can see question 3. Kayla Keating saying it's denial because she did not want to stop vaping. Okay, and then anger, she is blaming her parents. I'm sorry about that. And then we also have acceptance, which is in the end, she accepted that she is going to die because she was scared of what will happen to her and her kids. Thank you so much, Kayla. And then we also have Kamugelo Dlamini saying anger. She blames her parents. Okay, number 2, denial. Because she can't believe this is happening to her because she is young. Number 3, depression, feeling hopeless and just sad because she can't change the situation. And number 4, bargaining. She may talk to God to keep her for a bit long. To be with her kids and watch them grow, and my promise to quit vaping if she leaves. And then number 5, acceptance, which is the very last stage. There is nothing she can do because she's gone through the other phases. So she will just try to make the best out of her last few moments. Thank you so much, Kamogelo Dlamini. Okay, Kamogelo Dlamini. And then we have Razia Nagedi saying, stage 1, denial, saying that how it might present in Marlene upon first learning of her end stage lung disease diagnosis. Marlene would refuse to accept the reality of her terminal condition. She would likely seek alternative explanations for her symptoms and thoughts. This can't be happening to me. The doctors must have made a mistake. Vaping is supposed to be safer than smoking. There's no way it costs this. Yes, would you like to say something?
Over the call. The word says you must pray in private when no one sees you.
Pardon?
I'm saying not on the call. Maybe when you are alone later or something.
Maybe I'm low. I can't hear you properly. Can you say that again? For the last time?
I think it was a mistake, ma'am. I'm considering the contents of what he said.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. And guys, if you would like to say something also, you're free to unmute your mic and tell us your answer. And then we also have Easel Nell saying denial, the first typical reaction to the possibility of Marlene's own death is to deny it. For example, Marlene saying it's not possible. I don't know what happened with my chat. Okay, saying the first typical reaction to the possibility of Marlene's own death is to deny it. Guys, I can see that a lot of you are saying the same thing. Hello? Hello? Would you like to say something? Yes? So as I was saying, guys, I can see that you guys actually understand on how to apply this. So please make sure that even on your exam, you do the same thing. You make us proud because up to so far, I'm actually impressed with your answers, honestly. Sabu Kambule, were you saying something?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much actually for your answers. Honestly, I can see that you guys actually understand these stages. We also have N Mazul saying that denials you may not want to accept. Let me write it down. Oh, colleague, you're back.
Yeah, I'm just going to the other room quickly. I'm coming back now.
Okay. Saying denial, she may not want to accept that her illness is terminal. Anger, she may feel angry and blame her parents for smoking. Bargaining, she may wish for more time to live for her children. And then depression, she may feel very sad about dying and leaving her children behind. And then lastly, acceptance. She may slowly accept the situation. Thank you so much, Enzo, for your answer.
And
Yes.
could we say for bargaining that she essentially begins to taking medication as a way to get more time be considered part of bargaining, or no?
Yes, actually we can actually accept that answer because that person is actually feeling that with this current situation that she's in, she may wish for more time to live for her parents. So that person is actually trying to come up with alternative ways in order for her to leave more for her children. So we are that answer we can take it.
Thank
Are you
you.
answered? Yeah, thank you so much. Thabo Ndleleni. Let me also write your name here. Which
All right.
campus are you
Welcome.
from?
We are back.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Potchefstroom.
Thank you, colleagues.
So you can quickly finish up. I saw you were asking a question.
Oh, I was asking Thabo Ndleleni, which campus are you from?
The Potch campus.
Oh, Posh campus. Thank you.
All right, colleagues, how did it go in your rooms?
It went much better. The students were very engaged in all the groups, and they seemed to have a good grasp of the question, and their answers reflected that.
In my groups, it also went better. I think there was one group that didn't participate, but the rest of them all did that I could join. So it was looking good. Got a few interesting answers, could give a few tips as well.
Even on my group, actually, they're engaging, to be honest, a lot. I actually told them that I'm impressed with their answers. So they were engaging. Thank you so much, colleagues.
Colleagues, are we still here? Or is it just my connectivity on my end?
I'm still here. I think our colleague has technical issues on their side.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. No, that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. So I think what we can do now is that based on the responses, we do see that the students have had a good grasp and they were engaging. So we should be able to share a response with them in terms of question number 3. Karabo?
Question number 3.
Yes, Karabo, your hand is up.
Okay, ma'am. I just wanted to ask, in this kind of question, like, would we be led by how many marks are they, or would we just list all the stages?
10.
You will be led by the number of marks, but also you will also be led by the case study in terms of how many people is the question say you must refer to regarding the case study. So for example, if the case study says only discuss maybe the 3 or discuss everyone, then that will give you an indication as to how to respond.
Okay, so the question doesn't normally say we should read all the stages.
Sorry, I lost you.
Oh, I said, so the question doesn't always mean we should list all the stages.
No, it will depend. So for example, if we know that there are 5 stages, right? And if the question is for 4
Yes.
marks, for example, and it says discuss the stages or stage in which the grandparents could be in, for example, you would know that for 4 marks, it doesn't mean you necessarily list all of them. Because then now you know that there are 5, And
Okay.
if it's saying list and discuss, then you know that, okay, maybe list will be, maybe it says list and discuss or name and discuss the stage in which the grandparents are in. I'm giving an example, right? And it's saying 4 marks. So you know that, okay, if I name the stage that they are in, the depression stage, right, I might get 1 mark. And then if I discuss it, then I might get maybe an additional 3 marks. So that gives you an indication. Then you know that it doesn't refer to all of the stages. But if the question says, can somebody just mute themselves? Who is that? It's quite very disruptive. If the question then says, using the individuals in the case study, for example, identify and discuss, or identify and critically discuss the various stages in which the individuals are probably experiencing with regards to the stages of dying. And you have identified that there are 5 people in the case study, for example, and the question now is maybe 10 marks or 15 marks. Then you know that, okay, now I have to go and identify all the individuals. I know that there are 5 stages of dying, so I can list and identify every individual in the case study, and then now I can then critically discuss. And what do we mean by critically discussing? You're bringing in the theory and you're bringing in the example from the case study, and maybe the mark allocation there is 15. So you know that, okay, I'll get 1 mark for correctly identifying that, okay, Karabo seems to be in denial, right? What does denial say? Based on the theory, denial says this, and then you give a more textbook type of definition, and then maybe you get 2 marks for that. And then you get maybe another mark where you say, this is because
Okay,
in the case
thank you.
study, she's showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. I hope that is clear.
Okay, so it's very important to look at the marks.
Look at the marks and what is the question. Those in your study guide, they are verbs that describe the questions. Go and look at the study guide. What is the verb requiring you to do? When we say identify, what do we want you to do? When we say identify and discuss, what do we want you to do? When we say critically analyze, what do we want you to do? Those verbs will give you an indication of how much you should write and how much you should engage. Also looking at the mark allocation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sorry, colleagues, I got lost there for a second, had a disconnection problem. But yes, I just want to reiterate what Dr. Ramalepe was just saying. So when you're answering a question or when you want to know how to answer it, please read the action verbs that are in the question. All right, and read carefully what it asks. Is it asking you to discuss something in the case study? Is it asking you to predict something? Is it asking you to explain, to analyze? All of those are very, very important because that'll give you an indication of how you need to answer it. And the mark allocation is usually an indication of how much you need to answer. Right. Ada, your hand is up.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Because I joined late as I was writing philosophy, I just wanted to find out, has the structure of the exam been discussed yet?
The structure of the exam.
Yes, has it been discussed yet? As I missed most of it as I was writing at 8.
Okay. Well, do you think it's important to know the structure?
I think yes.
No, we haven't discussed it yet. We're going to discuss that now.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Sabu. All right, your hand is up. We can't hear you. So I think you must just unmute yourself possibly. I see students are doing their things again where they're posting all their student numbers in the comments section. I don't know why. I don't think anybody here gave instructions for that, but everybody seems to be doing that. But yeah, the attendance register is now in the comments. So you guys are welcome to go and fill that in so long, please, while we discuss the last logistical aspects. Colleagues, is there anything else that I've missed or anything else, or can we go on to logistics?
I think we can proceed to the logistics.
Sorry. All right. I want to see, do the students want to know? Londani, your hand is up. And it's down. Okay. Students, do you want to know the logistics for the exam?
It seems as if they don't want to know, colleagues. So I think we can round off.
All right. Is it Yanni or Yanni? Oh, the hand's gone. Sibokazi, your hand is up.
Good morning, everyone. We do
Good
want to
morning.
know.
You do want
Yes,
to
we
know.
do want
All right.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
please.
Okay. All right. It's very simple. So colleagues, you guys can just jump in where you feel is necessary. But it's basically 100 mark. We will post the thing on Ifundi as well. But it's going to be 100 mark paper, multiple choice, and longer question. And then, yeah, the multiple choice is going to be both lower order and higher order. So the single level and the double levels, like what you guys wrote in class test 2. based off of a case study. All right, so there's going to be a very long case study for you to work through, and then you need to answer a lot of the multiple choice questions and the long question on the case study. All right, and it's based off of study unit 1 up until study unit 10. So all the study units are covered. If you want a scope, please read through the study guide. All the study outcomes is your scope. We're not going to ask you, we won't ask anything that's not in the study outcomes. So please make sure you know what all the outcomes are. All right. Colleagues, did I leave anything out?
No, I think that's about it. Maybe we can speak about the MCQ, that it will be almost similar, a mixture between the MCQ questions we had in class test 1, as well as the semester test, as well as the MCQ type of questions we had in class test 2.
Yes. Yeah. And the exam questions are a lot more difficult than what they were for class test 2. All right, so class test 2, we made them entry level so you guys can get the idea of how they are. They are a bit challenging, but not as challenging as what they are when it gets to the exams. So please make sure that you know your theory. All right, Gift, your hand is up. You have your hand raised.
Could you please resend the register because the link is not working?
It is working. The students are filling it in right now. I can see them filling it in.
But I can't.
All right, just try refresh your browser, or maybe just try in a different browser. Okay, Maseko, your hand is up as well. Okay, if you raise your hand, please unmute yourself so that you can ask your question.
Can I please ask, how much does a multiple choice weigh?
Say again, how much does?
The multiple choice weigh.
How much does it weigh?
Yes. You said that the exam is out of 100, so how much does the multiple choice weigh?
Not sure if we can tell you that or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's important to rather not focus on how many questions will be MCQ, how many questions will be long questions. I think what is important is to grasp the concepts. If you grasp the concepts and you understand the content, in whatever format it appears, you should be able to do well.
Yeah, if you know the concepts, if you know the outcomes, then you'll be well, you'll manage. Okay. Any other questions? The rest of you that have your hands raised? Maseko, you haven't answered yet. I'm going to lower your hand. Sebastian? Okay. If you've raised your hand, please unmute yourself and ask.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
How are you?
Good, thanks, and you?
Good, thank you. I was busy doing the test now for the study unit 10, and I was submitting it, and it said your organization has not enabled Microsoft Forms for your current account for when I wanted to save it.
All right, I can just quickly check. It is saving all the responses, so I'm not sure why it would have said that. Can you just give me your name or your student number quickly, please?
My name is Kayla Keating, and my student number is 5569 3156.
5693
5569 3156.
3156. Sorry, just say it again. It deleted here now.
5569
9
3156.
6. Okay, yeah, it didn't save your response. I think just refresh and then try again. Otherwise, just try in a different account as well.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I would like to ask, in terms of the structure of the exam, which questions should we focus more on in terms of studying purposes? If, for example, section A is multiple choice, section B is match the column, and section C is longer questions, are you allowed to give us such a structure?
Yeah, it's just section A and section B. So there's just multiple choice and then the long question.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other final questions? If your hand is up, you must please unmute. You don't need to wait. Can't call out all of you.
Hi, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, TN can go first, and then Sepang, you can go next.
I just wanted to say that during the groups that we were put into when answering the questions, some of us couldn't unmute ourselves, and we've been typing on the chat rooms, and no one checked.
All right, okay. It should be that everybody's able to, the setting is that everybody could unmute themselves, but we did go through some of the chats as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Sepang.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thanks, and you?
The form also didn't save my answers.
All right, just try again. Okay,
Okay.
just refresh it or try in a different browser.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Dimple, Kayla, you the last two that have your hands up.
So I tried switching like like my accounts, and I also refreshed my browser, but it's still saying the same thing. It says I must contact my system administrator.
All right, I'm not sure why, but on which campus are you?
Potchefstroom.
All right, if you get a chance, then you can just come by in consultation times, and I'll just see what's happening. Otherwise, we can just manually enter it.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah. Sepang, the same as well. If you're also still struggling, just let us know, or just make an appointment with us, and then we can just assist there. Okay. Our last two, and then we'll end off. Dimple, I'm not sure if you have any questions. Your hand's been up, but you haven't unmuted. And then we have Gamma. I see Dimple, you're saying, okay. Yeah, for now, this is the only online class that we have for study unit 10. It has been recorded, and we will upload it onto Fundi, so you can watch it a bit later as well. But we may need to discuss the questions. related to the theory or to the questions on Ifundi. Okay, Gama, anything from your side before we end off? All right, I'm assuming not. Okay, colleagues, anything from your side?
Thank you very much for facilitating all the questions and providing feedback. I just would like to add that our SIG test is on the 18th of May, which is on Monday. We will not have any other opportunity for SIG test, so make sure you are available because this is the second opportunity for writing the test. So please make sure all the necessary documents are submitted. I would like to believe at this point everyone has submitted documents because the policy says 5 days after the assessment. So yeah, we are not opening another opportunity. This is the first and only opportunity for the SIG test. Thank you.
Thank you. I also just want to add, please make sure that you came to see one of your lecturers at least. If you email that, we don't get the emails or they get lost. So if you didn't come and see us and we didn't add your name to the list within our offices, there's a big chance that it wasn't, unless we responded to you and said that you're on the list. But yes, if you didn't come to our office, there's a very big chance that you're not on the list for the SIG test because we need to check your SIG notes and everything to make sure. But yeah, if your lecturer did respond and they did tell you that you're on the list, then you don't need to worry. There will be an announcement, but only students that are eligible to write the SIG test, the students that are on the list, only they will receive the announcement. If you're not on the list, then it means you won't receive the announcement and you won't know the arrangements for the test, for the SIG test now.
I just wanted to add that for the VC students for the SIG test, I will send a separate email to them regarding the logistics for that. And then I want to just remind the students to please complete the student evaluation of teaching. It really just takes 5 minutes. We have posted the link for you on Ifundi. So please do complete that because we value that feedback. And then to also say that leading towards the exam, it's very important that you attend your SI sessions because very important information will be shared during those SI sessions. So you might miss out and not get valuable information that might help you in the exam. Thank you.
Nkosi Mpili, would you like to say something?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good in yourself?
I'm good. I wanted to know about the semester says the 6 tests that I already submitted my medical document, but still I haven't got a response. Am I still gonna get a response?
Yes, actually, if you send an email, more especially in Mafikeng campus, remember I said, if you don't come and see me, and then mostly if you send an email, I normally check the documents, and then sometimes I wouldn't reply, but then it's there. I have it. I also said it in class.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yes, your name is there.
Sure.
Yes. Because there were a lot of emails, so I couldn't reply one by one. Thank you, Nkosi Mpili. Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Am I audible?
We can hear you, yes.
All right, thank you. So I would like to ask, I did get the response from Ms. Mpilo when I sent the medical certificate, but I haven't seen the list as yet. So I would like to ask if, does that mean my name is not on the list?
We haven't posted the announcement for the Port students yet.
Okay, thank you.
So for some of the students who've been sending emails with their sick notes and documents, I send an email or a thumbs up. That basically means that I've seen your email and I've recorded your details. So no need to resend other emails.
All right. I think that's everything for now. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
colleagues. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.